Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for another lovely YouTube practice. So this practice today is going to be more of an intermediate to advanced level. So if you are a beginner or you're new to yoga or you're usually doing kind of more restorative practices, then I would say definitely scroll through and have a look at one of the slower practices on my YouTube or inquire about my membership. But today we're going to be doing a little power flow, power vinyasa flow. So we're going to be moving quite fluidly, and I won't be giving the in-depth prompts that I would perhaps usually give in longer or slower classes. So yeah, this is really for someone who's already got kind of a regular yoga practice going on and wants a little bit of fire, a little bit of a challenge today. I teach a lot of kind of restorative hatha yoga as well as kind of more dynamic power vinyasa, and I do both you know, I teach both, but I also have both within my own practice, and I really enjoy and really find the benefit of both. So yeah, excited to do a little more challenging practice today. So definitely we will be doing a warm-up, but if you have time before these flows, because this is a much shorter than what I would normally do in person or on my membership, then have a bit of a warm-up definitely, but we will be doing one as well. Now, blocks. I suggest having some blocks today or books to hand, and then yes, please come and join me to get started on your mat. So we're going to be standing. We're going to start standing today. And bring your feet roughly hip width apart. So standing in your Tadasana mountain pose. And bring your hands to the side, and we'll close off the eyes for a moment to ground. Or you could take a steady gaze in front of you if you'd prefer. And start to relax through the shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to run down your back. And start to lightly transfer the weight through the feet, creating a gentle sway in the body. You might find that there's a natural sway when you close your eyes. Gently rocking from side to side. Just noticing the transference of the weight through the feet. And then maybe you start to lightly transfer the weight back and forth. And notice as you do this, which muscles start to engage. Maybe you can feel the quads or the legs activating slightly here. Maybe the core. Start becoming aware of any sensations or feelings within the body. And then come back to stillness. And start to notice your breath. Perhaps you can feel the rib cage expand with the inhale. Become the observer of your thoughts now, allowing them to pass through. Perhaps you want to tap into your Ujjayi breath in this practice, your ocean breath. If that's not in your practice, then of course you can work with your own equal breathing or whatever works for you. Start to open the eyes if you had them closed. And keep your right hand and rest your right hand on the right thigh really lightly. And then inhale this left arm up to the left ear. And then we're going to come into a stretch. So slide the right hand down the right leg and stretch over to the right. So feeling the left side body opening up. Keeping the chest nice and open. Float the left hand back down. Inhale the right arm up, Find length through the spine first, and then start to slide the left hand down the leg, coming into a stretch over to the left side this time, right side body opening up. And float the right arm back down. And we're gonna keep the feet grounded and bring your left hand to your right hip and the right hand to your back and twist. So really initiating the twist from the waist, twisting over to the right, and allow your gaze to follow. Maybe it's coming over that right shoulder. So hips are staying square. So just getting the twist through the spine here. Keep breathing. And release. And float over to the other side. So right hand coming to the left hip, left hand coming to the lower back, and twist over to the left. Okay, so in the direction of being over that left shoulder. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, sink into the twist. Float back to neutral. Bring the hands, interlace them together. Take some wrist circles. One way, then the other. Bring the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, open across the chest as you're pushing the hands out behind you. Opening across the heart. Release the hands, interlace them at the front, push them out, round through the spine slightly here. So a little bit of a standing cat and cow. You can drop the head if that feels good too. Release the hands, bring them to the side, step to the top of your mat. And we're gonna float the hands down and come into a forward fold. So soften the knees as much as you need to. And you can either just hang heavy here, or option to place the palms of your hands under the soles of your feet. So your feet are treading on the hands here. And you're coming into your forward fold here. This is just an option. You don't have to come into this. You could just be in a heavy forward fold, letting the hands hang. Feeling the opening through the backs of the legs, through the lower spine. Start to release the hands. Come back to your Tadasana, neatly in your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, lift the ribs away from the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat and step back. Work through your Chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Option to take a releasing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Keep reaching the hips to the sky. Gaze coming between the knees. Making space through the spine. On your next inhale, step or jump your feet in towards your hands, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, ribs coming away from the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, float the hands back, step or jump back. Inhale, work through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Check in with your breath. Take a moment to check in with how your body's feeling today. Keep sending those hips to the sky. And on your next inhale, we're going to sweep this right foot through between the hands and lift the right arm away from the mat, coming into an easy twist. Right fingertips coming up to the ceiling, left hand's grounded. Then from here, we're going to see how it feels to start to take this left hand away from the mat and start to bring the palms together. We're not hooking the elbows straight away. We're pausing here for a moment in this twist, doing a high lunge twist. Then see how it feels to hook the left elbow on the right thigh. Well done. Send the gaze to the ceiling. Maybe from here, option to come into your revolved side angle. So opening the arms here. Gaze coming up. Start to float the palms of the hands back together, staying in this hook. And we're going to, with control, drop the back left knee down, release the foot. So now we're in a low lunge twist here. Now you can start to release from the twist. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, lift up and out of the waist. Right thigh switched on, right glutes switched on. Cores activated. Keep breathing. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Tuck under the left toes. Power up through the back leg. Come back to a high lunge. Feeling into any wobbles and shakes here. And then grabbing a block, if that's in your practice to support you, we're going to power through into this right leg and start to come into half moon. So the right fingertips coming down to the mat, or they're coming down to a block. These left fingertips are coming up to the sky. Maybe your gaze is following. Opening into the side body here. Feeling into any wobbles or shakes. Keep breathing. Feeling the burn in the right leg perhaps already. And start to float the hands down to the mat. Soften through the right leg and step back neatly in your plank position. And vinyasa. Inhale through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reaching those hips away from the ribs. Observing the breath. Checking in with the body. Keep pressing the mat away from you with the hands. Get space through the shoulders, through the spine. And then on your next inhale, step this left foot through between the hands this time. And then release the left hand away, coming into an easy twist. Send your gaze to the left fingertips. Keep breathing. And then start to see if you can take this right hand away from the mat. Bring your palms together in this twist. Pause for a moment before you take the hook. Well done. You can hook the right elbow to the left thigh. Well done. Feeling the heat and the burn. You're doing amazing. Keep breathing here. Maybe you start to open up into your revolve side angle. Bring the palms of the hands back together if you open up here. And then we're going to drop the right knee down to the mat. Release the foot. And we're in this low lunge with the twist. And make sure you're not collapsing here. So belly's coming away from the thigh. There's space across the chest. And start to come out of the twist. Release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Lift up and out of the waist. Left thighs activated, left glutes activated, cores engaged. And every inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, release. Bring your hands back to heart center. Tuck under the right back toes and start to power up through the right leg. It's really strong, really feeling it through this left thigh now. And then from here, grabbing a block if you need it, start to power through the left leg and start to open out into your half moon. So bringing this left hand either to the mat or to a block, and the right hand is coming up to the ceiling. Maybe the gaze is coming up there as well. Keep coming back to your breath. No worries if you're falling out and you need to come back in. It's all part of the practice. And start to float the hands back down to the mat. Soften through the left leg and step back neatly in plank position. Inhale, come through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Relax the head and the neck. Notice the heat building in the body. Keep imagining that there's an invisible string coming from your hips to the sky, bringing them up, making space through the spine. Inhale, step or jump the feet through between the hands, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Bring your arms to the side. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the sky. Crown of the head coming to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, float the hands to the mat. Jump or step back to plank. Vinyasa. Inhale through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep connecting to your breath here. And on your next inhale, come to the toes, step the left foot through between the hands. Sweep the arms up to the sky, warrior one. So back heel is down, hips are square. And then start to lengthen through this front leg. And you can step this back foot in slightly here, make any adjustments. And we're going to start to come into our Revolve Triangle. So this right hand is coming to the outside of the left foot. Maybe you're taking the hand to a block here. So I'll demonstrate with the block, and then this left arm, so we're twisting, the legs are really strong and lengthened and engaged. So this left arm then coming up to the sky. So you could be on either level of the block here, on the outside of the left foot, supporting you as you come into this posture, or maybe your hands coming to the mat. But keep pressing the feet down and away. Back legs really strong and engaged. Back thighs engaged. Keep breathing. And start to come out of your revolve triangle. And we're going to bring the weight forwards back onto this left leg and bring the hands down to the mat and come into a standing split. So maybe you're keeping the hips square here. Maybe you've got the hands on some blocks. Or option to open through the hips in your standing split and walk the hands in towards the foot. Maybe you're grounding through the right hand and you've got the left hand wrapped around the left leg. Come to the option that works for you and breathe. Slowly start to come out of the standing split. Float the right leg down. Step the left foot back. Vinyasa your way through. Well done. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Reconnect to the breath. Remember, you can take child's pose at any time throughout the practice. Take a pause at any time that you need it. And remember to listen to your body. This is a really challenging practice. So listen to what your body's communicating to you. Always coming to the place before your limit. We're not trying to come past our limits here. We're trying to listen to our body and connect. So there may be elements of the practice where you feel discomfort, but know the difference between discomfort and pain, signals in your body that something is not right. On your next inhale, this time we're going to step the right foot through between the hands, come into warrior one. So back heel is down and the back foot's out at an angle. Hips are square. Maybe you step this back foot in slightly, lengthen through the right leg, and we're going to come into our Revolve Triangle. So, grabbing your block and popping it on the outside of the right foot. And then we're going to start to come down. So this left hand is maybe coming to the block on the outside of the right foot, and the right arm's coming up to the ceiling. The gaze is going up there. Maybe the left hand's coming down to the mat. But really strong through the legs, engaged. Keep this back leg nice and strong, back thigh strong, activated. And start to release, come out of your Revolve Triangle, and then we're going to soften through this knee, this right knee, come forwards into your standing split. And again, you could be having your hands on blocks here, be working into standing split here, or this is basically like a modified warrior three. The hips are square, or we could be opening through the hips. So lifting this left leg high, walking the hands towards the right foot, maybe the right hand's coming around the right leg as you bring your forehead to your shin. Breathing here, wherever you are. And slowly start to come out, soften through the right leg, step the feet back to plank, vinyasa your way through, inhaling upward facing dog, exhaling downward facing dog. Well done. To the sky, lengthening through the spine in your downward facing dog. Maybe you're feeling the heat, maybe you've got a bit of a sweat on. Maybe you're in a child's pose. Be wherever you need to be in this practice. On your next inhale, step the feet in towards the hands, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. And step to the middle of your mat and bring your feet roughly just slightly further than hip width apart. Bring the palms of the hands together. Sit the hips down, come into your malasana. Maybe you've got a block under the hips here. Maybe you're up on the toes, taking whatever feels good for you. And reach the crown of your head to the ceiling. Engage Mula Bandha, activate through the core, through your root lock. Space across the chest. And everyone sit their hips down to the mat. Come into a cross-legged or comfortable seated position. Place the hands on the knees. And you can close off the eyes here. If you've got time to, then of course, come into a lying position on your mat and take your Shavasana. Coming into a neutral position with the spine. And just remembering this is a short video for YouTube, so if you have more time, then you could do some more stretches here. And come back to your breath. Notice the connection between your hands and your knees. Perhaps you can feel a sense of being recentered, grounded. Relax through the neck, the shoulders. Notice any sensations through the body, through the hands. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes back up. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. This was a very short and fiery practice, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As always, please let me know your feedback. Please comment, share, subscribe to the channel, because then you'll see when all the new videos are coming through, which there will be regular videos every single week. And as always, if you want longer, more in-depth practices, then do take a look at my membership. We would love to see you there on Sunday for the live classes, or for all the different classes and longer practices that are on there. and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.